Chapter 5. Strategy and Shadows. The Council of the Ancients convened in the central chamber, the walls glowing faintly with memories of past victories and battles. Every member of the surviving Cetra who had not perished in the earlier skirmishes gathered, their faces solemn, their hands pressed to crystalline tablets recording the events of the past days. Erisel addressed the assembly first, her voice calm but carrying the weight of urgency. The being from the North Crater, Genova, has arrived. She has tested the temple, probed our defenses, and sought the black materia. Our scouts report that her abilities grow with each engagement. We must respond with both caution and force. Thalen stepped forward. We should send strike teams to intercept her, push her back, and buy time for the city to fortify its defenses. Orid shook his head. Direct confrontation will not succeed. She adapts, learns, and anticipates. The last time she faced the planet's guardians, entire regions fell under her influence before she could be repelled. Valrin adjusted his crystal dampeners, frowning. Then what is the alternative? Passive defense. She will take the materia before we can act. Erisel gestured for silence. We will employ a combination. Strike teams, yes, but they will not act alone. Our scouts have begun studying her influence over the lifestream. We can set traps. Pockets of reinforced lifestream energy, destabilization zones, illusions designed to slow her approach. Lyra, her hands glowing faintly with lifestream energy, spoke. We can also prepare protective auras around the black materia and key locations within the temple. If she attempts to manipulate the lifestream near them, we may force her retreat. Miren added, her eyes distant as she traced visions of Genova's potential movements. And we must not underestimate her psychic reach. Any group operating without protective measures will be vulnerable. Her knowledge of our ancestors' history allows her to predict strategies. We need unexpected maneuvers. Kyle stepped forward, his voice steady. Then we act as a unified force. Strike teams for diversion, protective wards around the temple, recon parties to trace her path and gather data. And above all, we must ensure the safety of the black materia until we understand how to neutralize her. The council murmured agreement. Erisel nodded. Begin preparations immediately. Every ancient who can wield lifestream energy will be assigned. And remember, she is learning. Every encounter will make her stronger. We must think not only as warriors, but as guardians of knowledge. Outside the chamber, the northern winds carried remnants of the aurora's eerie light. Kyle and Lyra walked the perimeter of the city, discussing the immediate next steps. We've seen her adapt already, Lyra said. If we misstep, she could overwhelm even our combined strength. Kyle nodded, eyes on the distant horizon. Then we prepare, not to fight her directly, but to force her to reveal her patterns. Observation first, reaction second. Valrin joined them, crystal tablets in hand. I've begun encoding lifestream traps along likely approach paths. They are subtle, undetectable, unless one knows exactly where to look. They won't stop her entirely, but they'll slow her learning curve. Thalen, standing guard nearby, added, and the strike teams. They'll operate under cover, striking from multiple directions simultaneously. Kyle placed a hand on Thalen's shoulder. Yes, confusion is our ally. She learns, but she cannot predict everything at once. Each diversion will stretch her awareness thinner, allowing us to observe, understand, and prepare. Miren's voice drifted across the courtyard. And the life stream itself will guide us. If we listen carefully, it will whisper warnings before her arrival at key locations. We must heed them. The city itself seemed to hum in agreement, the living crystal beneath their feet, pulsing with faint anticipation. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the first strike teams moved into position. Shadows stretched across the city's crystalline spires, carrying with them the weight of centuries and the hope that the ancients could outwit the starborn terror approaching from the north. Somewhere far beyond, within the smouldering remains of the North Crater, Genova stirred. She had sensed the preparations, noted the designs, and catalogued the strategies. Every movement of the ancients, every trap, every ward, they were data points in a growing tapestry of knowledge. She smiled, and the planet held its breath, and it held.